Hey, what's up everybody? I wanted to take a minute while I've got all this stuff set up here in our Midnight Revival Band headquarters to show you the live rig that I'm currently using. And it's also going to be our studio rig for today when we go to record a track. And the reason I want to do this video is because, well, I've got everything all set up already, and 4-cable method takes me forever to set up. And also, this is going to be the exact rig I'll be using for when we get to open for Dokken on December 11th at the Chance Theater in Poughkeepsie, New York, which is pretty cool. So, I just wanted to show you a quick rig rundown on the Headrush Pedalboard, how to set up 4-cable method, and how everything connects. So here we go. Alright, so just real quick, we have the input. It's the Shure GLX D16 wireless system for me. It is best in class for its price point. This thing has never failed me. But from there, we have this going on in the back, and I color-coded the 3 cables. They're also equally color-coded on the back of my my JCM2000 so that I always get the cables in the right spot, especially when you have to set up very quickly at a show. It's easy to kind of get this whole effects loop thing wrong. But I'll get a description of how to do this in the bottom of the video. So we've got these 3 cables, which I keep together neatly with just some zip ties, like zip tied along the whole run there. And then you have the one going into the input, and then you've got the 2 cables back here going into the effect send and return of the amp. And like I said, I'm using the Marshall JCM2000. It's a DSL 100, and just show you some quick settings on this thing. This is pretty much how I like it. Alright, I don't use the onboard reverb. Honestly, this reverb tank doesn't work anyway. I gotta fix it. I don't use the ultra gain channel. I'm not really a big fan of it. I use the classic gain channel in kind of the like 2203 mode, or the JCM800 style crunch, rather than the plexi crunch. The gain is dimed all the way, and honestly, it's not as much gain as you would think. It's a pretty classic, maybe a little more gain than a stock JCM800. Let's see what else we have going on here. Oh yeah, I don't have the deep switch engaged. It is off. It adds a little too much for me. And I don't have the tone shift engaged, because all that does is scoop mids, which I just don't like what that does either. So quickly to the actual rig on the Headrush pedalboard. So I have my air flanger, or my air filter, sorry, connected to the expression pedal. So that does kind of my auto wah thing, right? All the expression pedal controls is the mix. I've showed this in a ton of videos. Then I've got a flanger going into the front of the amp, and this is just the default setting on the flanger in the Headrush. I kind of just like it where it's at. And then I use the K drive, or the clon, to boost the front of the amp as well. You can see those settings: no drive, tone level all the way up. Then you need that effects loop block in there, because that tells the Headrush pedalboard anything after this effects loop block is meant to go to the real amp's effects loop. So some graphic EQ for a little bit of tone shaping and volume boost for solos, some tremolo, chorus, and then I have a short and a long delay going on in here. I have a reverb block in here, my usual small plate reverb with a 10% mix, but I haven't been using it. when using a 4-cable method setup. And then my foot switches are set up so I can control chorus, flanger, tremolo, the short and long delays independently. Then my rhythm scene, well actually, let's go with the hot rhythm scene. All that does is it brings me back to a rhythm tone, but with the K drive engaged. Then just regular rhythm is my rhythm tone without the K drive engaged. Lead turns on the clon, the graphic EQ, and the short delay. Right, and then either one of these turns all of those back off, except for hot rhythm keeps the K drive on if I need to come back to a tighter, more distorted sound. And that is basically all that I have going on in that rig. I do have one of the cabs mic'd up at the moment, so luckily I'll be able to show you guys some sounds recorded directly from the cab. I think just recording this amp at these settings would absolutely destroy the microphone on my phone, so luckily we have that set up. Let's go hear some stuff. Alright, so this is just the rhythm tone with no boost in the front of it. So this is basically the amp all by itself. You'll see it's a very classic kind of gain. There really isn't too much distortion happening. It's just a little bit of crunch, so that sounds like this. And then if I switch to the hot rhythm with the clon or the K drive engaged, that signal turns into this. And then my lead scene introduces the graphic EQ and a little bit of short delay, and that sounds like this. Okay, and then I can add the long delay to that and have both delays going, and that does this. So back to the hot rhythm. So something cool I like doing is combining the flanger and tremolo for one of our songs, Wild Woman, in the intro there. And it does this thing. Alright, so that's pretty cool. And then chorus. And then, so this amp cleans up really nicely on its own with just the volume control. It gives me this. Okay, and that's basically all the sounds that I need for this band. I do a few one-off things here and there, but as far as the meat and potatoes of my 4-cable method rig, this is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope anybody living in upstate New York can come out to see us open for Dokken. It is December 11th at the Chance Theater in Poughkeepsie, New York. Thanks, guys.